Hey guys, this is Dan Wowacker, Coalcracker Bushcraft. I'm here at the new shelter that we built, and we want to get our reflector stone that we found and bring it here. But the stone's probably 250 pounds, and it's probably a quarter mile away. So, how are we going to get it there? Well, that's why you should understand how to build a Travois, and that's going to help a person bring it over distance. Now, traditionally, from the research I've done, a Travois has been attached to horses or even dogs. And we do have a dog here. Maybe we should do that. Probably not. But we're going to try to put something together and see if we can load this stone on and carry it across, or more like drag it. So you'll see as we go along what we're doing. So stay tuned. So the material you need to make a Travois is 2 uprights, and the uprights are actually going to be back on the ground, and you're going to be pulling these. And then you're going to need some cross pieces. And the cross pieces don't need to be near as long. The cross pieces that I gathered came from the tops of this wood, and this definitely needs to be green wood if you're using something real heavy. So I can adjust these to length. I'll probably pull the stone out and look at the length. This will probably be about 3 foot in width, okay, at the back. And we're going to lash that on with a diagonal lash and use mule tape to actually secure the stone on the back. So when this is all together, I'll be in the front and I'm going to actually pull this along. So this back skid part is actually going to drag across the ground. Okay, I'm going to set the camera off to the side. I have some guys with me here because I said it's a big heavy stone. We're all at camp today. So we're going to work on this, let the camera roll for a little bit, and show you the final design. Again, our lashings are just going to be diagonal lashings. I will cut notches into the uprights just so if the lashing would get a little loose, I'm not going to lose the upright. I'm not going to lose the cross beam down the upright. It'll be in there a little bit more stable, and hopefully we'll catch it in time. Okay, so you can see what the basic structure looks like here. We have 2 cross pieces. Now we can put another cross piece if we would need to, but I think 2 should be enough. That's basically what we're going to do, is just pull it along like this with our weight across the bottom. Okay, so it'll be just like this with our load on. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, going to get the stone, bring it out, lay it in here, and lash it on. What we're going to do is we're going to take this slab, we're going to load this slab onto the Travois, alright? So I'm going to adjust to try to get it that it's in camera here for everybody. Lay that right on there. And that's pretty much a perfect fit. Now, what do we need to do? Well, we're going to have to lash this on, so I'm going to use this bottom rail to actually catch this a little bit once the weight shifts. So that'll work fine like that. So we're going to use some of this mule tape. And probably what I'm going to do is start on this side and just do a basic wrap around. If it was just me, maybe I would go this way then with it also, but I do have 2 other guys, so we're going to be able to watch as we go and estimate the terrain. If we would need to, the 2 guys can carry the back corners and somebody can carry the front and just walk it that way if it gets real bad. But this would work. The good thing with building something like this, you might think, well, I'm never going to move stone like this. Where do you even get stone like that? If somebody would get hurt and it was just you and somebody else, you can use this as a makeshift stretcher to get them to a point, maybe if you need to get help or get rescued. So I'll start off with just a bowline knot, just to get a loop. And I'm going to put that over one end. And then I'm just going to start to wrap it. Make sure I get around that top one. Just like that. I'm going to work all the way across, and if I have extra, start to work back. So there it is, lashed on. Seems easy enough, right? No problem. So let's move the camera back here, guys. And what we're going to actually do is I'm going to take this and start moving with it. See how it is. Weight-wise, it doesn't feel bad at all. I could tell initially there's going to be a little bit of drag. Of course, I mean, we're dragging the thing, but it's definitely going to be a lot easier to do this than if I had to just take this stone by itself. So I'm going to take the camera ahead, set it up, drag it a little bit, and once this gets back to camp, we'll talk a little bit how we felt overall, how this thing went. Okay guys, so we have the stone back, and of course you don't need to put stone to have a fire reflector. We're going to keep this more as a permanent type camp, so we thought why not, you know, make it look nice. So our opinion on it, the Travois held up great. Maybe on the bottom of it you can level out the round uprights, just for the fact that you're dragging it. So it took a little bit, they got worn in, and then it was fine. Our lashings held up good. My friend Dan Valinsky said one thing he thinks is definitely take this upper piece, which is a little bit smaller than our bottom cross beam, and make it the same size, and I agree with that for sure. There was a lot of flexation on that. As far as for what I said earlier about putting a piece up top, on one hand that would help in my opinion, because you can use your body weight to push more and rely less on your grip. But on the other hand, going over uneven terrain, having these a little bit more flexible really gave the advantage to this Travois overall. So this is definitely something that I would say I would build again. We're going to keep this around camp and use it. This is going to be great for trapping season if you have to take equipment, or if you have a couple backpacks and you don't want to carry them out, throw them on here, lash them on, and if you have two guys at camp, just pull them out. So Mike Gasper's here. He helped me actually bring this over. What did you think, Mike, about the whole situation of dragging this heavy stone over? Like, what would you change or keep the same with the Travois?
I'd probably just put maybe just grips up top, like he said. Other than that, it worked great, because I moved this without this, and it was heavy. This made it a lot easier to move.
Yep, so I agree with him too. So this is Dan Wowak, Mike Gasper, Dan Valinsky, who's helping mend the camera and do some of the lashings with Coalcracker and Maggie, Coalcracker Bushcraft. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry about the sun here at the last shot, but sun's starting to go down. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and we'll be back with more videos shortly. Thanks, guys.